So a while back, there was this news story about how Nintendo is suing a hacker. This hacker, Gary Bowser. I want to say thanks to everybody that helped me decide which thumbnail was best for this video. If you want to join things like that and help me out, follow me on Twitter. Also, hit the like button. It'd be great to see this video get over 1,000 likes so it can get into the algorithm. So this says, Nintendo is suing Switch hacker called Gary Bowser. As reported by Polygon, Nintendo of America filed a lawsuit against 51-year-old Canadian Bowser, who is alleged member of Switch hacker creators Team Executor. That's right, President of Nintendo America, Doug Bowser, is suing a Nintendo hacker called Gary Bowser. It's the battle of the Bowsers. It couldn't be any better. Sounds like Nintendo is making the most of Gary Bowser's custody in the US. According to Polygon, the new lawsuit alleges Bowser infringed on Nintendo's copyright in creating and selling its hacks. The lawsuit is trying to charge Bowser with 2 trafficking counts and 1 copyright violation. So Nintendo obviously doesn't like any kind of modding or anything like that, but the thing that's kind of crazy is this person was selling the hacks, which is a huge no. Like, I mean, you can maybe have a web page where you get them from that has ads on there. I don't know. Come up with a clever way of getting money out of hacking Nintendo, but to directly sell them, that's just absolutely insane. That's not a good idea whatsoever. So Team Executor is perhaps best known for selling Nintendo Switch mod chips, but it's been operating for years, selling mod chips for consoles as far back as the original Xbox. There are over a dozen members of Team Executor around the world, including developer, website designers, suppliers who manufacture the devices, and resellers. Team Executor used a variety of products names for its devices, such as Gateway 3DS, the Stargate, and True Blue Mini, the Classic 2 Magic, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of different names for the products that they were selling. Switch hacker Gary Bowser must pay Nintendo $10 million on top of his $4.5 million fine. One of the key members of the Switch hacking group that sold mod chips has been given a second, larger fine. That's absolutely nuts, dude. $10 million. Gary Bowser, a member of the group of hackers called Team Executor, has been ordered to pay Nintendo $10 million for his part in selling mods for the Switch and 3DS. It's absolutely insane. That's so much. This guy is never going to have money ever again. Yeah, the Wario image. This one, he's got so much gold, dude. This is great as an image. This is Nintendo being like, give me that $10 million, dude. The fine was the result of a civil case between Nintendo and Bowser and was separate to a different federal lawsuit in which Bowser was also fined $4.5 million. So the dude owes $14.5 million to Nintendo. In the previous case, Bowser and another Team Executor member, Max Laron, were charged with 11 felony counts, including wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Damn, dude. These guys were just stacking up crimes. If found guilty, the pair faced long prison sentences, with those 2 charges alone punishable by up to 20 years in prison. Instead of facing trial, Bowser pled guilty to 2 counts trafficking and offered to pay Nintendo $4.5 million as well as help them to find other members of the team. Damn! Dude is going to rat out the people that he worked with. The prosecutor agreed to waive all other charges as a result, but the judge warned that despite his plea bargain, Bowser could still face prison time for the 2 counts he pleaded guilty to, with each punishable by up to 5 years in prison. So potentially looking at 10 years in prison and $14.5 million as a fine, as well as ratting out the team members of the people that were also hackers, which is just, I mean, just take the L, dude. Let your buddies go, dude. Take the freaking L. The group created and sold a number of illegal circumvention devices. designed to allow users to play illegal ROMs on their consoles, including the Switch, 3DS, PlayStation Mini, and SNES Mini, with the most notable being the SX Pro mod chip and SX OS, which allowed ROMs to be played on the Nintendo Switch. That sounds pretty cool. That actually sounds pretty cool if you ask me. Bowser was in charge of the MaxConsole.com site, which served as a central hub for the marketing the devices and customer support. He also administered a site containing ROM libraries that offered illegal copies of 13,000 games. Although Team Executor itself has been the main focus of these particular cases, Nintendo has also been pursuing third-party retailers who have been selling the group's products. So, if you got your hands on these things and you're selling them, cut it out. Nintendo's coming after you. So that's the story of the Switch hacker Gary Bowser. That's absolutely crazy that he's going to be sued and must pay $10 million on top of the $4.5 million fine. I mean, you just can't like third party sell Nintendo stuff. Like, just absolutely not a good idea.